Hey everyone, my name is Grenton and I'm working alongside Amazon Games to bring you an exclusive showcase of Throne Liberty's brand new mastery system. This game-changing feature will redefine how you progress and customize your character's playstyle. I am super excited to be able to dive into this with you all today. Before we do, I want to highlight what I love so much about this system. We finally have a way to put our unique playstyles and flair into the weapon combinations we pick. Do you want to be a true tank and give up a lot of offensive capabilities? To just be able to tank a ton of damage? Yeah, you can do that. Want to fully submerge yourself into the damage over time playstyle of Wand and forego the healing side of it almost completely? Yup, you guessed it, you can do that as well. So without further ado, here is what you need to know about the mastery system. First up, unlocking your mastery. Whether you specialize in support, attack, defense, or tactics, the mastery system gives you new abilities to enhance your playstyle. Once unlocked, your chosen mastery will grant you access to powerful skills. Imagine being able to warp and modify how your character plays at the push of a button. Let's break down the core mechanics of the mastery system. XP comes from a variety of sources, including mob grinding, contracts, and dungeons. Every battle counts towards your growth. You now have full control over where your experience goes, as well as which tree you want to specialize in. The choice is yours. Need a fresh start? Swap the masteries of your weapons with these scrolls, one of which is free from the battle pass. This allows for flexibility in adjusting your build as you progress. Key milestones in the mastery tree unlock powerful keystones and end nodes, granting you game-changing passives once certain conditions are met. Not sure where to spend your points? We'll break down the best way to optimize your mastery choices next. Each mastery tree has limited slots for special passives, and they are separated into different segments. So picking the right ones is crucial. Let's go over the best strategies for leveling up. The majority of nodes on the mastery tree have both upsides and downsides. So ensuring you have a good plan and a thought out process will help you spend your mastery points wisely. But do not fret, you are able to remove mastery points at no cost, allowing you to move points around to where you desire. There are certain conditions for unlocking the special passes within the tree. These require 20 points in adjacent connecting nodes, and the further from the center you are, the more requirements they have. It'll take time and pre-planning to really utilize the system, but thankfully, it has been built for any player to understand easily and can be mastered no matter the type of player you are. With unlocking the passives within the mastery tree, some will require Solent, Precious Marins, and even Precious Rubrics, all of which you can gain in-game via Abyss dungeons, contract rewards, and dimensional dungeons. Each passive and node does require an unlock cost, but unlocking it once means you can use it on any other preset setup, so don't worry about having to spend multiple resources to unlock the same node when it comes to setting up a different mastery tree. Something important to note is that you can only select 2 passives from each segment of the mastery wheel. This means you'll have to plan carefully to unlock the passives you desire. The passives you can unlock on the mastery tree have connecting lines to other nodes on the tree. As such, you'll need to pay attention to the connecting lines. Doing so will allow you to unlock multiple passives with less points spent. For example, support and attack can both utilize the central node to account for the requirements to unlock. To maximize your build, use mastery presets tailored for PvE and PvP. We'll show you how to set up each efficiently. Being able to use presets for mastery allows you to quickly swap mastery trees on the fly. You're able to add it to the combat presets, and as such, with one simple switch, you can go from PvE to a PvP setup or even an entirely new weapon setup. There are a number of different options you can take here to set it up any way that you'd like. You can unlock up to 4 extra special passives. These provide unique advantages that can turn the tide of combat. These are unlocked at certain mastery levels, meaning you will need to level other weapons up to gain the full advantage of the system. But doing so allows you to expand your horizons and benefits you for playing multiple weapon setups. Within the special passive area, you'll notice that there are level requirements needed to unlock more slots. You'll gain your first level at Mastery 130, then 260, followed by 390, and finally 520. While this may sound like a daunting task, don't fret. The Mastery system goes up to a maximum of 200 levels per weapon. While it may take you some time to achieve the maximum possible rank, you can instead opt for leveling other weapons, which in turn allows you to expand your horizons and further your character in new ways. There are so many cool new passives and so many fun paths that you can take in the weapon mastery system that I highly urge you to try different weapons and see what resonates with you the most. You may have been a career tank player for the entirety of Throne and Liberty so far, but something on the staff tree might really speak to you, and now you're going to completely swap your playstyle to a ranged DPS. Take your time, explore the system, and have some fun. Want to optimize your build? Let's look at how a PvE build differs from a PvP build. PvE tanks will want to focus on the attack side due to the zone giving massive damage. Then you'd focus on the tactical for other nodes, which gives extra bonuses versus monsters and bosses. You'll then finish up by selecting nodes on the support side to gain some additional benefits. But don't forget about the shield block chance nodes in the defense tree. PvP tanks will differ on how they're wanting to play. You can commit to being a tank who will sustain heavily in fights but will lose out on damage, or you can mix and match a good amount of defensives with some attack power. Both of which will depend on your personal playstyle. If you're wanting to take a full tank route, you'd opt for the defense section heavily while also focusing on the support section. A more damage-oriented tank would focus on the attack, support, and some of the tactical. This avoids the damage output reductions which are found in the defense tree. Since the new mastery system ties into XP gain, it's best to focus on two primary weapons. Decide whether to level them simultaneously or concentrate on your main hand for maximum efficiency. The reasoning behind this is due to how experience is gained and then split within the new mastery system. A single contract will reward you with 100,000 experience, and you're free to spend that as you see fit. Using the new mastery UI, you are given choices on how much experience you want to spend on each weapon. But bear in mind that the higher the level the mastery gets, the more experience is needed per level. While there are plenty of sources of mastery experience in the game, you are still limited on how much you can gain per day and per week. Due to this, I would recommend first focusing on the weapons that you want to use for the majority of gameplay. But when you're at a high enough mastery level, I'd recommend probably around 100, 120. You can start to expand into any other weapons that interest you. But due to how the 4 special passives work within the mastery tree, you will need to look at other weapons for the future. So if you're interested in, let's say, a DPS wand spec, then you'll want to start advancing the mastery tree for that. During your journey along the mastery tree, you'll come across special unlocks that modify your weapon's passives. Some of these will expand on what passives can do, while others might add entirely new functions to the passive itself. For example, Wave of Annihilation from the attack segment changes how Spectrum of Agony works. It turns it from a nice addition to the Sword and Shield gameplay to a powerhouse in being able to provide the player with more area of effect output. That was a deep dive into Throne and Liberty's new mastery system. Let's quickly recap. You can earn mastery experience through various activities like contracts, grinding, and dungeons. You can spend mastery points strategically to unlock keystone and end nodes. You can swap masteries using the new scroll if you're wanting to change your build, one of which, by the way, don't forget, is free from the battle pass. And you can optimize your mastery setup for PvE or PvP with the right presets. And don't forget, focusing your XP gain wisely between your main and secondary weapons will allow you to progress much quicker within the new mastery system. Now that you're armed with the knowledge, go out and conquer the battlefield. Let us know in the comments what builds you're planning to run. And if you have any questions or you want to let me know what build you want to run, you can find me at twitch.tv/NotGrenton, NotGrenton on most socials. I am so excited for everyone to get their hands on this. I'll see you in the game.